walking right into a trap. As any fan of college football knows, when you go on the road, you never know what you might run into. Welcome to Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington, Kentucky, home of the Wildcats. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Kentucky Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Kentucky ready to go toe meets leather and start this game. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Crimson Tide offense takes the field to start things off. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique, too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box. They can take it outside. They can both catch the football as well. So, no doubt, the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
Using his legs, it's Moulton. Didn't get a whole lot of room to run. He picked up 1 or 2.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule. It makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
And they can't make the connection on 3rd down. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on the way, and we didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on 1 time. So Kentucky's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And we've got a superb matchup to watch here, David. One of the best quarterbacks in the country, and how much will he be willing to challenge one of the best corners in the land?
Well, and it's going to be more interesting to me, Jesse, do they let him make a play? Like, does he choose to go after him and believe in his ability and believe in his matchups, or do they stay away from him? Because a lot of people stay away from him. He's that good out wide that you don't want that smoke. And I'm interested to see, Jesse, if he has the onions to go after the corner and try to make plays.
Well, one thing we know about him for sure is he's a believer in his own arm talent. He's the kind of guy that thinks he can fit the football into the smallest windows, but you're right. He's got to pick his battles and be careful when he decides to attack this guy, because he has picked off some really good quarterbacks in the past, and you know he's just licking his chops, hoping for a chance today.
And the Wildcats racing to the line in the hurry-up. Well, that toe-tap catch had a little style, but not much substance on that.
No, the defense did a good job, too, using the sideline to their advantage. Using the sideline as a 12th man. There was nowhere for that receiver to go except get 1 foot down and get out.
Send the tight end in motion. Off play action. Fires one high and deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Kentucky sends out their punting unit. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. On the run, fires downfield. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down. Alabama may always be built on the run, but these days they elevate with a high-flying pass game.
And great coaches evolve, and we've seen the evolution of this Alabama offense.
And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at 35.
And that's not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They got to give him more time so he can make plays down the field. Protection is the biggest issue for this offense.
To the air, it's Russell. He's looking deep. He's got it along the sideline. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. To the air on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Hampton. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. Makes the grab. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all off season to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Got the quick completion. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. The Wildcats are in the hurry-up. Back to throw, it's Lowry. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
I think a lot of fans were hoping that this offense maybe made some adjustments considering how much they struggled the last time they took the field. And early in this first quarter, it still seems like they're trying to iron some things out, just not clicking the way they need to be.
And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking.
And here's a fumble way behind the line.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
And the Wildcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
That one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, the receiver was double covered on that play, and I don't know if the decision by the QB had to do with the pressure. Because he was hurried, he just had to get rid of that faster than he wanted to. He's lucky he didn't come away with an interception there.
Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Here comes that Alabama offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Give to the running back. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Wants to throw. It's Russell. Fires left. Got him downfield. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Looking downfield on first down. Here's the pressure. It's caught downfield. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Breaks into the open. He works his way in.
Dodges.
The 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. He'll take a shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions have them staring at 3rd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Moves away as he feels pressure. Got his man. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd.
Freddie almost got
And he'll
one.
just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Looking to throw on first down. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Back to pass. Here's a heat. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
Really nice play. When you talk about Alabama and their dominance on defense, especially in recent years, it all starts up front. You have to have disruptors playing on the defensive line, guys that can be versatile and line up at different positions, but create.
Oh, and the ball is wiggled free near their own goal line. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. Does life get any better than this for an offense to start a drive with a 1st and goal? They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. No mid-season concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. They're down by 21, and the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster?
Whew. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Really short gain on that one. Defense all over it.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line, and it'll be 4th down. He was doing everything he could. Got away from one guy, but not that next one, and he came up short.
Yeah, he needed a few more extra efforts to find a way to make that happen. Nice catch. Nice job breaking the first tackle, but couldn't get rid of the next guy and get that extra yardage needed for the first down.
Coverage team does a good job and touches it dead. No return on this one.
That's a great job downing the football, setting your defense up with great field position. A lot of times you let that thing bounce one too many times and it climbs in the end zone, but that was a good job of making sure you downed it and set your D up.
To the air, it's Russell. Got a man. And he's brought down after a nice game.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
This offense tries to get rolling from its own 15 on 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. It's complete.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. They're going to run it. Made a defender miss. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Really good-looking run. You know, you think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too.
There he goes. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown Tide.
I think there were a lot of doubters that wondered how this team was going to be able to handle this environment and whether or not they could find success early in this game. They have proved all of those doubters wrong. They have been dominant in every phase, on offense, on defense, and on special teams, and they are piling it on here early in this game on the road.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. The give to the tailback. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. On the ground with the counter. Oh, he's got a chance. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
He'll pull it on the read. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against a different defense.
Punt Knocks it out of the air. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. This Kentucky offense really moving the ball quickly. They'll run the option. And he never had a chance to get the pitch off on the option as he's tackled in the backfield. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Looking for a man. It's Lowry. Trying to get rid of it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
They've already got a bunch of sacks on them today and another quarterback pressure. This offense has to try to find a way to get the ball out a little bit quicker, to protect the quarterback a little bit more. Whether it's screens, whether it's draws, whether it's rolling your quarterback, something has to change for this offense to protect the quarterback a little bit better.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Kentucky will be forced to punt. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They'll start this drive going to the air. Caught over the middle. It's Adams. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
I hate being that guy to say just take a dive, don't take a hit. But when the play is going absolutely nowhere, you might think about it.
First, do no harm, right? And you've already been harmed, so just don't make it worse.
Don't take those big shots unless you know it's for an important situation, goal line, 3rd down, touchdown.
To the air, it's Russell. Quickly complete. He's got it inside the 10. Mark him out of bounds at the 9-yard line. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
Snaps it in the shotgun. Under fire. Hit as he throws. Touchdown, Bama! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he tacks on the extra point. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, a couple of ACC teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. Clemson is putting on a show offensively. It feels like this one was over when they touched Howard's Rock. They're up by 28 over Boston College. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back. If anything develops, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Takes the handoff. It's Wilcox. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to him again. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Dropping back, it's Lowry. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Caught near the sticks. It's Gilmore. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He made the first guy miss, but there were too many dudes coming to help, and they stopped him behind the line. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Finds a man in the middle. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first two quarters in Lexington, but let's just go with notable. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true three-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Old Commonwealth Stadium and Kroger Field.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great, but they got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in this second half.
To the air, it's Lowry. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And everybody in the stadium knew that was going to be a pass, right, guys? I mean, it's third down. You're trailing by so many points right now, and the defense is just smelling blood in the water. They're like sharks out there right now, getting after the quarterback. They've been doing that all game, by the way, and that's a trend that looks like it's just simply going to continue.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. The lone back's got it. Got the first down and still on his feet. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
Man, sometimes it just gets frustrating, and you've just been beat down all day. This defense hasn't had answers, but now you can't let them run the football and just run it down your throat and be physical. This defense has to do something different and find a way to make something happen.
They'll go to the ground. Turning it on. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They'll ride the hot hand. Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They go to the ground, and he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. Dropping back, it's Russell. Flips it out to the back. Nice move there. That'll be enough to give them a first and goal from the 10. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Tide trying to pay off this red zone trip. Handoff to the single back. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Quarterback on the keeper. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
Man, these read options are so hard to diagnose, just like right there. He picks up a little chunk of yards, not a big chunk, but it's so easy when you run the read options.
Why is that? Why? And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama!
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And he puts through the extra point. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Patterson. That gamble did not pay off. Bring him down at the 12-yard line. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Fires to the big fella. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They've got him spread out on 2nd and 7. 2 wide out to either side. Back to pass. It's Lowry. Flushed out of the pocket. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Here comes Kentucky after picking up that first down. Now on the option. Now the pitch. Oh, better look out. Turns on the Jets. Touchdown, Wildcats. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
And the big play starts with the quarterback making the right decision, getting the defense to come to him, pitching the football, and Jesse, the running back, catches it and does the rest.
He does, and he also had good blocking downfield, too. Some of those receivers outside helping him out, but, man, with his speed when he's on the perimeter, the options executed that well, it is virtually impossible to stop.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. And even after that last score, still working with a great big cushion. Power football with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for them.
Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Offside, defense.
They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Got the first down and more. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers.
And it's really nice to have a workhorse running back that you know you can feed and get productive gain after gain. Now over 100 yards. You've already got some separation on the scoreboard. I would continue to feed this workhorse.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he didn't find a whole lot of running room, and that'll be the final play of the third quarter. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. So we open the final period with a third down play. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They punted away on fourth down. He'll make the fair catch, but there is a flag on the field.
Kick interference. Kicking team.
You got to give him room and let him catch the football, and if he's called for the fair catch, you just have to stay back. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. He's not afraid to go deep. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
I think that play right there has been a big theme in this game. When it matters the most, on big-time down and distances, this defense has been able to step up and make the play when they need it most. That fourth down, great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion.
Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, David. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to find a way to get this ball back to my offense. The clock is not my friend, and them running the football is only going to run this thing out quicker. I got to find a way to make something happen, strip the football, do something.
They keep pushing forward now, back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They want to dance their way in on 3rd and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession, they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand this, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in. He got that sucker to the ground.
Goes to the option. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen.
Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. Fourth quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
They want that clock to run. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Looking for a crease, it's Riley. Knocked down at the 34 after a pickup of 5. It's a 1st down.
And that's a good 2nd down run. Commit to the running game, run the football. Great gain, great job by the offensive line. Keep it rolling.
The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. The offense set for a 1st down play. Quarterback takes a knee. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee. It'll be 3rd and long. And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. They get the win. They are now bowl eligible, but when you have a 0 in the loss column, there are much bigger fish to fry.
I think a lot of people thought they'd be 6-0 at this point, too. So we know they're going to a bowl game. Great. But, David, they've got their eyes set on the college football playoff and a national championship. They have that kind of talent. They're not surprised they're 6-0. They're looking to do bigger things.
No, 6-0 is great, but that's not the goal. They want to be 12-0. They want to be 14-0. They want to continue this streak as long as they possibly can. Extremely talented. Nobody's surprised, and their goals are a lot bigger than this.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.